Some photos have caught the attention of the Formula One world since Sunday, showing Toto Wolff in front of the Red Bull hospitality area there in Abu Dhabi. He was having a friendly conversation with Christian Horner and Jos Verstappen, along with Horner's wife and a few other people present. The atmosphere was quite relaxed, displaying cordial and peaceful relations, even captured in a photo that, let's say, deviates from what people typically expect from a relationship between Horner and Wolff. This demonstrates that fundamentally, the stories of heroes and villains and the rivalries seen on screen are merely a game to boost Formula One's marketing. In recent years, there has been an image created that there are heroes and villains in Formula One, and this perception isn't entirely new. Whether we like it or not, the influx of new audiences to Formula One, thanks to the heavy investment by Liberty Media in new ways to consume the sport, has also brought about this view of Formula One as a competition, where some are seen as heroes and others as villains. Certain teams are always deemed right, while others are always in the wrong. If you support one driver, there's an implied expectation to dislike another, and the same goes for teams. There's even a certain rivalry that's emerged between older and younger fans, where the newer ones have come into Formula One through these new media platforms, such as the Drive to Survive series on Netflix, which might be the key turning point in this shift and expansion of the Formula One audience.
The images we've just seen are emblematic, especially when considering the Red Bull-Mercedes rivalry in recent years, which behind the scenes has led to political disputes, exchanges of barbs, sometimes in a tone louder than it should be, individuals on social media threatening each other because of drivers or teams, and team principals often pointing fingers at each other, suggesting that yes, there is a rivalry or even a hatred towards one another. Contrary to what has been portrayed in series like Drive to Survive, or perhaps on social media, Formula One is not about heroes and villains. There are no good guys, no one who is necessarily a champion of justice and morality. There is a carefully orchestrated theater designed to convey an image to you and me, generating viewership, engaging social media interactions, keeping the sport talked about even during non-race periods. All of this is about marketing. It's about money. It's the famous talk about me, whether positively or negatively, just talk about me. So what exactly is this theater in Formula One? Since Formula One was created, there have been rivalries, political disputes, one accusing the other of breaking rules, running an illegal car, and so on. However, everyone there, especially the team principals, are there with the sole aim of winning at any cost. They know their adversaries also have this mindset. They anticipate that rivals will protest if their car has any noticeable innovations. Likewise, they also understand that if another rival introduces a striking innovation, they can rely on their colleagues and other team principals to protest against it. It's all just a game. In this game, it might seem like Red Bull and Mercedes are enemies, but if Ferrari introduces a major innovation next year, both will stand together side by side, seeking a way to counter Ferrari's advantage. Those who followed the 2009 season know that everyone united against Brawn GP. Even fierce rivals like Ferrari and McLaren, who had recently been embroiled not only in the 2008 title fight, but also the 2007 Spygate scandal, where Ferrari's data was leaked to McLaren. The atmosphere couldn't have been worse between the two teams. However, they still formed an alliance to counter Brawn, who was dominating the category at the start of that year. In the end, there are no real enemies. Christian Horner and Toto Wolff aren't individuals who genuinely dislike each other. They're just guys who understand how the sport works and know that in front of the cameras, they need to put on a show, especially now that Netflix has been filming certain meetings that we didn't have access to before. They're aware that the public is watching. They know it will be in the press, and the whole world will see what happens there. So, you need a bit of theater, like Wolff speaking emphatically about the car last year, and then Horner comes back with, "Then change your car," and they start arguing. These kinds of things are just staged, solely to generate some sort of emotion and rally people to their side. Often, those who root for Red Bull end up disliking Mercedes, and vice versa.
because an image has been created that there are heroes and villains, which isn't true. Wolff and Horner aren't offended by what the other says in interviews. During the Abu Dhabi weekend, Toto Wolff was highly critical of Christian Horner regarding the Lewis Hamilton incident. However, after the Grand Prix, you see images like this where the two are literally talking, joking, laughing, while people on social media are fighting in favor of one or the other team. There's a theater there created to generate public interest, especially in this modern era where attracting a younger audience is essential. And this theatricality is necessary. It's good for engaging the audience. For instance, the Netflix series serves a crucial function in Formula One by attracting a younger audience quite skillfully. However, it's essential for the audience that recently got into Formula One, those who came through Drive to Survive, to understand that what they're seeing is a dramatization of the sport. That isn't necessarily Formula One in its purest state. Many times, controversies are manufactured that didn't exist in real life. Often you see drivers complaining that radio conversations were taken out of context. It was about one thing, but then they're portrayed as if they were speaking ill of a rival. Rivalries are created in completely artificial ways. All of this significantly impacts how you perceive the sport. However, that isn't the truth, because at the end of the day, Hamilton and Verstappen aren't enemies. Wolff and Horner aren't enemies. They'll sit down to eat together as they did last year. Verstappen and Hamilton were having dinner together with other drivers. Wolff and Horner are now taking photos together, laughing. And then when the next season's preseason starts, they'll put on a serious face and start exchanging jibes again, especially if Mercedes is competing up there with Red Bull. These are natural occurrences in the sport, because there, it's business, and each one knows how it operates. They know they need the drama. They know they need that rivalry to sell more. So, don't think you're witnessing hypocrisy, because in reality, they're just stepping out of their roles while the season is ongoing, and now they're back to their usual mode. I won't say that necessarily one will be having a barbecue at the other's house, but this animosity is merely a theatrical marketing ploy of the sport during a season. Now, in December and January, we won't have this theater, but when February arrives, with the launch of the cars for the 2024 preseason, that's when we'll return to this performance. We don't know what will happen on the track, but what team principals do to try to shape public perception is this improvised drama, a marketing spectacle, so that you and I become increasingly engaged with the sport, thinking there's something between them when there isn't. It has always been this way. It is currently, and it will always be, because it's part of the business, part of enhancing the product's value. As the sport evolves and the next season looms on the horizon, the orchestrated drama will resurface. Yet, amidst the fervor of racing passion, it's worth remembering that beyond the manufactured rivalries lies a shared pursuit, a quest for victory, a celebration of skill, and a demonstration of excellence that unites this global spectacle. While the drama may play out on the grand stage, beyond it lies a fraternity of individuals bound by their love for speed, precision, and the pursuit of greatness. And perhaps, in acknowledging this unity amid the rivalry, we uncover a deeper appreciation for the sport's essence, where the competitive spirit converges with the spirit of sportsmanship, defining the allure and beauty of Formula One. This is the summary of the week. Thanks for watching.